Hey guys, let's talk about deployment. A deployment controller provides declarative updates for pods and replica sets. Now, we would be talking about few use cases. Now, following are typical use cases for deployments. And I would just talking about them number by number. So number one, create a deployment to roll out a replica set. The replica set creates pods in the background, check the status of the rollout to see if it succeeds or not. Number two, declare the new state of the pods by updating the pod template spec of the deployment. A new replica set is created and the deployment manages moving the pods from the old replica set to the new one at a controlled rate. Each new replica set updates the revision of the deployment. Number 3. Roll back to an earlier deployment version. If the current state of the deployment is not stable, each rollback updates the revision of the deployment. Number 4. Scale up the deployment to facilitate more load. Number 5. Pause the deployment. This is to apply multiple fixes to its pod template spec and then resume it to start a new rollout. Next, use the status of the deployment as an indicator that a rollout has stuck. And finally, clean up older replica sets if they don't need any more. Now let's talk about creating a deployment. Now, as you can see, on the screen right now, this is one of the examples where a deployment named nginx deployment is created, indicated by metadata name field. The deployment creates 3 replicated pods indicated by a replicas field. The selector field defines how the deployment finds which pods to manage. In this case, we simply select on one label defined in the pod template, which is app nginx. However, more sophisticated selection rules are possible as long as the pod template itself satisfies the rule. The pod template specification or template spec field indicates that the pods run one container, nginx, which runs the nginx Docker Hub. The deployment opens port 80 for use by the pods. Now you have to note that match label is a map of key value pair. A single key value in the match label map is equivalent to an element of match expressions. Which key field is key? The operator is in and the value array contains only value. The requirements are ANDed. Now the temple field contains the following instruction. The pods are labeled app nginx, create one container and name it nginx, run the nginx image at version 1.7.9 and open port 80 so that container can send and accept traffic. Now to create this deployment, run the following command as you can see here at the top. You have to note that you can append -record to this command to record the current command in the annotations of the created or updated resource. This is useful for future reviews such as investigating which commands were executed in each deployment revision. Now next, run kubectl1 get deployment, which you can see here. The output of this is similar to the following. Okay, now when you inspect the deployment in your cluster, the following fields are displayed. Name, it lists the names of the deployment in the cluster. Desired displays the desired numbers of replicas of the application, which you can define when you create the deployment. This is the desired state. Current displays how many replicas are currently running. Up to date displays the number of replicas that have been updated to achieve the desired state. Available displays how many replicas of the application are available to your users. And finally age, it displays the amount of time that the application has been running. Now notice how the values in each field correspond to the values in the deployment specification. The number of desired replica is 3 according to spec colon replicas field. The number of current replica is 0 according to dot status dot replicas field. The number of up-to-date replica is 0 according to dot status dot updated replicas field, and the number of available replica is 0 according to the dot status dot available replicas field. Now to see the deployment rollout status, run kubect1 rollout status deployment nginx deployment. As you can see here, this commands return the following output, which you can see here. Now run the kubect1 get deployment command again a few seconds later, and you will note that the deployment has created all 3 replicas, and all replicas are up to date. They contain the latest pod template and available. The pod status is ready for at least the value of the deployment. .spec.min ready seconds field. Now to see the replica sets rs created by the deployment, run kubect1 get rs command. Now if you do that, notice that the name of the replica set is always formatted as deployment name pod template hash value. The following output is returned. One second, kindly bear with me. Yes. So when you run this command, you will get the following output. The created replica set ensures that there are 3 nginx pods running at all times. Now you should note you must specify an appropriate selector and pod template label in deployment. Do not overlap label or selectors with other controllers, including other deployments and stateful sets. Kubernetes doesn't stop you from overlapping, and if multiple controllers have overlapping selectors, those controllers might conflict and behave unexpectedly. Okay, now I'm taking a pause here, and in the next lecture we would be talking about updating our deployment in detail. We would discuss more details related to it. So till then, thank you very much.